Alrighty, guys and gals, welcome, welcome. Welcome to a brand new Let's Play on the channel. I've decided to try a self-found druid. And obviously the race is Tauren here. I don't have much experience with druid. Don't think I've ever leveled a druid to max level. So this is be interesting. Being self-found is also interesting. We're going to do this one a little bit different. I'm going to be reading the quests, get a little bit more immersed in the game. I used to read quests all the time, and I kind of miss it. I was going to do the add-on that reads the quest for you, but I've just decided I'll read them myself. Be a nice little chill Let's Play. I'll probably just add this in during the week. Maybe once or twice a week. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe more. But this is Shifter. Meet Mr. Shifter. I don't have any hello keys keybind yet, but there he is. Tauren Druid. Now, as a druid, we have a racial ability called War Stomp. It's not too bad. It's 2-minute CD. It stuns up to 5 enemies within 8 yards for 2 seconds. So it's not like I can War Stomp, really get a bandage. Maybe one tick. This is just, I guess, interrupt a caster. If I'm quick enough, if we get overwhelmed, maybe I can War Stomp and get the hell out. We also have a racial passive of Herbalism. Herbalism skill increased by 15. That's pretty good to start with. We've got, of course, a dodge. I think pretty much all characters have this. We have Endurance as a racial passive. Our total health is increased by 5%. Not too bad. We've got a little nature resistance. We start off with a Wrath, and we have a little healing ability as well. Yeah. So let me, whoops, no, I didn't mean to open that. What am I doing here? Let's do a little macro. Let's get that up. Get a few things configured here. I usually already have this configured. Sorry about that. There's my hello. Here's a little greeting for you.
Greetings.
How you doing there? And a couple of things I like to keep on the bar. A min and a max. Ground clutter, little macro. I can turn it up. We'll keep it up for right now. And then the volume macro is a big one that I like to use. Where is that? Here it is, 5 and 10%. Turn the volume up to 10 or 5, whatever we want there. Okay, I think that's it for now. Let's get started. Oh, by the way, professions. So we're not allowed to use the auction house or trade, right? That's self-found. It makes it much, much more difficult. So I looked at a few posts. I'm trying to get an idea of like what's the best strat for leveling as far as professions, trying to make a little money. People differ depending on, you know, which post or whatever you read. I looked at a few. I've just decided what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick up mining and skinning, and I'm going to stay mining, but what I'll do with the skins, I plan to skin until I have 2 stacks or so of medium leather. And all of the mining stuff I'll just put into the bank. Now, I foresee a problem with that, and that's space. So hopefully we get lucky with some bags. I was actually even thinking about tailoring first, just so that I can make bags, and I got to be honest, I still might do that because we could get super unlucky, and I'm sure you know how it is to struggle with bags. So thinking about it right now, I think I'm going to do that because we're going to be picking up cloth. I'm a healer. I can heal myself, so I'm not going to go first aid. So I might... I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm going to have to think about it. Anyway, once I get about 2 stacks of medium leather, I'm going to drop skinning, and we're going to pick up engineering and then try to power level, if we can, to get the advanced target dummy. That's kind of my strat that I was thinking about there, but I like the tailoring idea as well. All right, here's Groll Hawkwind.
How may I aid you?
I'll tell you how you can aid me. The hunt begins.
Be careful.
Let's pull this stuff over here. You have a promising air about you, and will prove yourself to the tribe. Perhaps someday soon you will be welcomed into the great city of Thunderbluff. But before that can happen, you must prove yourself to my father, the Chief Hawkwind, as it were. Up here on the Red Cloud Mesa, we provide ourselves on keen hunting skills. Tauren hunt out of necessity and for sport, unfortunately, should say there. Our supply of meats has run low, and we require feathers for clothing. Hunt the nearby plain striders and prove yourself by supplying the village. We're covered in hair. Yeah. Okay. So he wants us to get 7 plain strider feathers and 7 pieces of plain strider meat. We'll be rewarded with a leather belt. We'll accept that.
Ancestors watch over you.
Sure. This is the chief here, I do believe. Let's check in with Mr. Hawkwind.
What brings you here?
A humble task. All members of the tribe share in the harmony of life. We live together and work together. Our commitment to one another carries with it a high degree of responsibility. I ask of you now a humble task. My mother set out this morning to fetch water from the well to the southeast of Narachi. It has been quite some time now. Perhaps you could check on her for me? I have tribal matters to attend to. Yeah.
We shall meet again.
Yeah, I can do that for you, brother. Alrighty. Where's our druid trainer going to be? Right in there. I'll be coming to see you. What's the first thing we get? If you're wondering about add-ons I'm using, let me show you those really quick. They'll probably be listed in the description. I've got Bagnon. I can't really live without Bagnon anymore. Groups all the bags together. You can also right-click here and see what's in your bank. This is kind of helpful. Atlas Loot I use simply because I do plan to run dungeons on the character. And what Atlas Loot does, I can click Atlas Loot here. And it shows me the level ranges that I need to be for dungeons. It also shows you what gear you can get in here. I love it. Great little add-on. I've got Auctionator, which I actually don't need on this character. Bartender is why my interface looks really clean. I get rid of shit I don't need. I don't like a bunch of quest tracking on the screen. Guides, I don't use hand-holding guides, anything like that. I like a clean interface, if possible, as clean as possible. Better vendor price, this just tells me what something sells for. So if my bags are full and I'm picking up something, what I can do is whatever I'm picking up, if I see it sells for way more than a piece of junk I have in here, I'll get rid of that and take the other thing. And that's very important as far as I'm concerned, because we're going to need all of the help we can get. Blizzmove, I can move anything on the screen. So you saw when I opened the quest log here, this is usually stuck over here. I like dragging this wherever I want. I like, same thing with my character pane. I can move this wherever I want. That's why I use Blizzmove, and I love it. Classic Bestiary. I think what this does is show tooltips about what you're fighting, but it's not always accurate. Sometimes it is. Classic Aura Durations. I've had this for a while, and I don't even remember what it does. Click is something I use if I have a healing character, and I'll show you how I use that. It's mouse over heels, kind of. Details, I don't actually need on this character. That's, well, I mean, I'll end up turning that on eventually, perhaps. I'm going to reload that. Extended character set, I've just started using again. It's called ECS. It's just kind of, it's a better way to kind of see what kind of gear you have. I'll show you in a little bit here. Item rack, I don't need item rack. This should be specific to Shifter here. Item rack is a great way to quick change gear sets, which they don't have in Classic. Kind of nice. KillTrack is something I keep up because I like to have an idea of how many times I've killed something just to piss myself off. If the drop rate's really low, I can say, I've killed this thing so many times. So you see the plain strider here? If I hover over it, I've killed it 0 times on this particular character, but I've killed it 22 times. That's why it says parentheses on my characters across this particular realm, which, by the way, is Doomhowl. Leatrix maps and Leatrix Plus, I love. That's why my map looks like this. I can turn off the clock, coordinates. I can change this map, and I'm going, this is called Ruins, I think, the map I have selected here. Great little add-on. Nova world buffs, I'm going to be trying to get some world buffs if we can. That tells you when the next time something has a potential to drop. Pawn is, I can compare items easier. Questie, you know what Questie is. SexyMap, I'm sorry, SexyMap is the reason my map looks like this. That's right. Leatrix and Leatrix Plus do little things for me. I can show cooldowns. I can enhance the profession. I can do like automation. I can automate quests. I can automate gossip. I love the automate gossip. What this does, if I go up to the bank, you know, you go to the bank and right click, and then he has the little dialogue, and then you have to click. This just skips it and opens up your bank. I like to sell junk automatically. Those are gray items. And I like to repair automatically. That's really what I use that for. Leatrix maps, I can do other things as well. Like flight timer, I use sometimes, somewhere in there. Yeah. TipTac, I can't really remember what that does. Threat plates, I use on the tank. I'm actually not going to use that here. And then what's training? Let me reload the UI right here. I also have a hide chat button that is not part of the Curse Forge I usually use. But if I click this little button, I can hide chat. Makes my interface even cleaner, and I like that. Except for when I'm in a group, I'll obviously open it. So here is what's training, or what can I train. If you click on this, it puts this tab here. So it shows me what I have available now. I don't think that's right. Do I have Mark of the Wild? I should get it at level 2. I'm not sure why it says I have it now. It tells you what's coming up. Level 4, level 6. It shows you how much it costs. Here is click this add-on. So what I'm going to do, I have a healing spell, right? So I'm going to add binding. I'm going to click healing touch. I'm going to change. And what I'm going to do for this is hold shift and left click and then save the binding. So what this does, on my character portrait, if I shift left click, I heal myself. That's pretty much the gist of it there. All right, let's get started. Enough jibber jabber. We'll slay some of these plane striders. Let me get my auto attack up here. Just we'll do shift 4, I guess, for right now. I won't need it eventually, but keep it up for right now. Turn that up a little bit. I've got the AC on in here today. Crazy weather. So as a druid, we can wear leather or cloth, right? Cloth, leather. I don't think we wear mail as a druid. I was also thinking about, with skinning, picking up leatherworking just so we could make some gear for ourselves. I don't know. I might do it. I know engineering is good for the target dummy, but if you're playing safe and smart, you really shouldn't need target dummy. It's a fail-safe, though. It's great. You drop target dummy, and anything that's on you is off of you, essentially. So I don't know. I'm gonna think about the strat that I said I was gonna do. But I honestly might take tailoring for the cloth we're gonna get, just to make up some bags. Turn that back down. I've got the AC on, so I can't really tell if it's too loud. 5% is usually the best volume, in my opinion. Otherwise, the music, the swelling parts of the music, like, it competes with the voice. All right, she's going to want us to take a water picture here, I do believe. This must be the mother. Just hanging out. This is great Mother Hawkwyn.
Peace, friend.
You should stick over here. You traveled all this way. Yes, it was a long journey just to help an old woman. My, aren't you a keeper?
Winds be at your back.
I have traveled many paths through life, and these old legs lack the vigor they once had. I can still perform my duties to the tribe. Sometimes it just takes an old woman a little longer to do the task, but you look like an eager druid. Let's put some of that youthful vitality to the test. Hold on, calm down there, Hawk Mother. Oh, take a water pitcher, okay, from the well and bring it to my son, the chief, in the camp. We can.
Walk with the Earth Mother.
We can and we will.
Well done.
Gonna level up here. If you're wondering what that is, that's part of Questie. I can show you. You can change the voice if you like. There's the level. So if you have Questie, if you if you right click on Questie, you'll get this. If you go to the general up here and scroll down, right here. So quest completed and quest objective completed. I keep these checked. I would uncheck quest objective progress, but we can change this. If I want Tauren male, test it.
Well done.
Sounds like Yoda to me. That sound lets me know. So if I have a quest where I need two things, I need this and that. If I get all of the one thing, it'll do that. And when I finish the quest,
well done.
So I don't actually need to check it. Or, track it. It's just I don't like to see it up there. I'm used to a super clean interface, and I kind of like it. You just, get a little bit more immersed in the game. You can see more of the screen.
Well done.
So we have played a druid on the channel before, but we've never got max level, and I've never done self-found. And druid is a class I don't really know a whole lot about, but I know it's going to be beneficial because as a druid, you can tank, heal, and DPS. It's very versatile. I do know that. But I like the idea of, it's kind of like a priest, and just in the fact that you can DPS and heal yourself, right? Kind of nice. So I don't really have to do first aid. Like if I was playing warrior, especially if you're self-found, you're probably going to want to pick up first aid.
What brings you here? Goodbye.
Alrighty. Hold on, let me...
Go in peace.
This needs to come over here. What did he say there? What up? Cuh? Yeah, what's up, brother? The hunt begins
Farewell.
here. Providing meat and feathers for the tribe is the first step in proving yourself as a hunter before the chief.
Be careful.
The Tauren of Narachi, thank you, Shifter. You show much promise. We'll take the belt.
Ancestors watch
All right,
over
he's got
you.
a follow-up or two here. Verdant note.
Go in peace.
Just a moment ago, a messenger was looking for you, Shifter. I believe she was sent by the druid trainer Gart. It does not sound like a Tauren, does it? If this note is from Gart, I wouldn't take long in reading its contents. Okay?
Goodbye.
Calm down there.
Farewell.
The hunt continues. A Tauren, skilled in the way of the hunt, knows his prey. It's not for mere trophy. The beasts of the plains provide us with a means of survival. You will make quite an impression on the elders if you can bring back some highly valued mountain cougar pelts. You can find the beast lurking in the hills to the south. Our children need clothing and our tents need mending. He wants us to kill 10 cougars for their pelts, and we'll get some upgraded bracers there.
Go in peace.
Let's tell the chief that we found his mother. She's perfectly fine. She was hitting on us, though.
I've been expecting you.
You carried this picture back at the Great Mother's bidding, I see. Your willingness to help others and provide for the Tauren of Camp Narachi leads me to believe you would make the tribe proud in Thunderbluff someday.
Be careful.
Rites of the Earth Mother. Your willingness to perform a humble task for the Tauren of Narachi and your eagerness to learn our noble trait, Shifter. I believe one day you will be heralded in Thunderbluff as a druid of greatness. No doubt. Before that, you must embark on the rites of the Earth Mother, of which there are 3. The first test is the Rite of Strength. Travel to Seer Greytongue and tell him Chief Hawkwind has sent you. You will find him, his abode directly to the south of Camp Narachi, tucked away in the hills.
Winds be at your back.
All right, let's do a little sell here. so we can afford an ability. These are trainers, not selling people. We can sell to the bread lady here. Well, she's general goods, not the bread lady. It's Connie Soft Breeze.
Well met.
See how it just sold all of the stuff that was marked as junk? That's what I like to do. And I'm not going to have food on me here. But I will have drinks on me as a druid for sure.
Go in peace.
I will. All right, let's speak to the druid trainer here.
Greetings, traveler.
What are you doing? Shifter, how am I a further your training in the eyes of the Earth Mother?
Ancestors watch over.
You have arrived. This is good. Our ancestor spirits have become restless throughout Mulgore and beyond, but I cannot tell why. It will forever be your duty to learn to listen to nature spirit and act as their avatar. Be mindful of that.
Go in peace.
Though we share a common bond, do not expect much welcome from the Night Elves. Their pride still limits their sight. But that is none of our concern. The teachings of the Earth Mother are all you must concern yourself with, and I will teach you what I know as you grow in wisdom. Return to me often, Shifter. You will find that the Earth Mother grants incredible abilities and hopefully reading skills to those who are most dedicated.
Walk with the Earth Mother.
Okay. Mark of the Wild. I wish it wouldn't show what I can't have. This is just a default. And I don't know why it does that. So this first rank of Mark isn't really that amazing. I mean, it's okay. It just gives us some armor there. But what I do with these, this is going to be keybound. The specific character to Q. Do it to Q. Alrighty. Oh, we have the Darkmoon Fair. We can actually get a really good buff here, but a little bit too dangerous heading out just yet. All right, let's go slay some cougars. See if we see any MILFs down there. Yeah. No, I do that. I make jokes like that. Because I'm 9 years old, I guess. Da, da, da. Really cool zone, Mulgore. It's really chill. This has always had like a Native American vibe to me. The Tauren as well, which is, whoops. Yeah, it's really chill. Yeah, self-found much more difficult, and I would agree with my friend Travisine. I wish they would make self-found servers. No auction house. No trading except to your own account. Maybe someday they will. Some people don't like it. It's too hard. They can't buy gold. No. Can't use the auction house. Just not being able to use the auction house really makes a huge difference on your character. It actually, to me, it puts so much more emphasis on your professions that you learn. It really makes your professions valuable and actually meaningful. I mean, so much more meaningful than they normally would be. But if I pick up a green or a blue, I can't sell it on the auction house, right? I've got to vendor it. So at level 5, as soon as you hit level 5, you are able to start learning your professions. The primary professions, I think, are only like 10 copper. The secondary professions are a silver. So, oh, also, I got invited to a guild right off the bat. It's called Hardcore Hotel. We look at the guild. They actually raid. They're going to be raiding. They're going to be doing Onyxia. Actually today. about 6 and 8 p.m. That's kind of cool. So I was looking at the members. There's 484 guild members. Right now there is 50 of us online. Yeah, I thought it sounded kind of cool, Hardcore Hotel. So I was like, yeah, I'll join. I usually keep that off. I turn guild invites off. But I don't know, I thought it might be cool. Now, an awesome thing about Druid or Hunter as self-found, Druids can get travel form. It's a spell. I don't have to buy a mount, right? And, you know, at 40. But I think I get travel form as early as level 20, which is going to make a huge difference. Shamans have Ghost Wolf, and Hunters have Aspect of the Cheetah. There are other classes. Mage has like Blink, but, you know, it's not as good. But it sure is helpful to get out of roots and snares and things like that. There's level 3. So every even level, you can go see your class trainer to train up. And starting at level 10, you'll be able to choose talent points for your character. You don't know. Kind of waiting for my mana to tick up a little bit. I know I've got some drinks over there, but looks like I can get 3 Wraths off here before we're out of mana. See what we got coming up at level 4. We have Moonfire and Rejuvenation. This is like a little heal over time. It's called a Hot. We can pick that up. Moonfire, I'll put in rotation with my Wrath here. I think Moonfire also puts a little dot, which is damage over time on the target. He does initial damage and then does a very small amount of damage over so many seconds. These early ranks, you know, it's not really that amazing. But these early mobs don't have much health, so it doesn't really matter too much. Mark of the Wild at higher levels is so good. It's going to be great for us. Not only do we get a massive armor increase, but it also increases all stats by some amount. It gets really, really good. I love getting a Mark of the Wild on other characters from players, especially if I'm allowed to have buffs, you know, depending on what challenge I'm doing or whatever. So anything can go. Anything goes on this character. If we get health pots, we can use them. If we get armor pots. So I don't know if I mentioned the other thing I'm going to pick up is fishing. I cannot recommend fishing enough as a self-found player, and keep up with fishing, because you get to like levels 30 and 40, and especially higher, you'll be able to fish up floating wreckage where you can get sealed trunks, chests. The best ones are like the mithril-bound chests, just really good.
I've been expecting you.
Oh, you refreshed our mark there. The rites of the Earth Mother are the steps a young Tauren needs to take to gain respect in Thunderbluff. First, you must pass the Rite of Strength. In this test, you must prove your bravery by slaying enemies of the tribe. Bristlebacks and Brambleblade Ravine to the east are encroaching on our tribal lands. They ambush our hunting parties and steal from the village by dark. Show your valor by slaying these villains and return to Chief and Camp Narachi with their pelts as proof of your deeds. And he wants us to kill 12 of them. You know, we can choose from rock mace or staff. So if you're wondering what this is, this shows you what sells for the most. Really quickly. Well, these actually sell for the same, but what are we using? Are we using a we're using a staff. Okay. We'll accept.
May the eternal sun shine upon thee.
And these fools don't know the sun is a star and it's not eternal. But I guess it doesn't really matter. All right, getting the cougar pelts here. I don't see any MILF pelts out here, though. Really, E again? Again with the MILF jokes? I could go GILF. Gross. Ta, ta, ta. Well, I can do 4 wraths, not 3. Taurens have some pretty interesting jokes. I think Human has the best jokes. If there's one joke that Tauren does that I honestly can't believe is still in the game. After Blizzard, you know, after the whole Cosby room thing and all that, they took, you know, NPCs out of the game. They took artwork out of the game. Let's see if we can get them to say it.
Mess with the bull, you get the horns. You know, Taurens are born hunters. You ever see a Tauren catch a salmon out of a stream? Really is quite exciting. Have you ever seen a Tauren stalk a python? Of course you haven't. That's because Taurens are so adept at blending in with their surroundings. Homogenized? No way, I like the ladies.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that joke is still in the game. All it would take is one person, and that joke would be gone. I don't think a lot of people do this silly. That's how you do the jokes, by the way, if you're wondering. Okay, we have another quest up here, so let's head back to camp first before we roll out to the east here. And your first hostile mobs here are going to be like after you pass this little area. There are boars that are hostile, and of course all of the whatever those things are called, the dog people or something, they're all hostile. But they didn't make any mobs in your starting zone. They will not run away. At some point in the game, none of the mobs in your starting zone are hostile. They took that out for reasons I will never understand. If you're a brand new player, have never played the game, I think it's good to see how mobs are going to react to you, what your aggro range is, to see that a mob runs away. It's just kind of a nice way to learn your character if you've never, ever played the game before.
Well met.
Alrighty.
Goodbye.
If you can provide pelts for the tribe, I will pass word along to my father. Yeah, I've got him, my friend.
Be careful.
The Tauren of Narachi thank you for these provisions, Shifter. With your skill in the way of the hunt, you will surely be revered in Thunder Bluff someday. We'll take the nomadic bracers, and we'll put those on right away. The battle boars of Brambleblade Ravine to the east are encroaching on our tribal hunting grounds. This is why I wanted to come here first, because that's where we're heading. They are trained to be malicious by the bristleback quill boars with whom we are at war. Go and slay the vile creatures and bring back some snouts and flanks so that we can make stew for our young. I don't know about you, but I know young kids love snouts and flank stew.
Farewell.
They can't get enough of it. All right.
Well met.
Break sharp tusk! Exclamation point. Shifter, I've heard of you, newcomer. Perhaps, why does she address me by my name and then say newcomer? Perhaps it is you that will help us where others have failed. We Tauren have carved a home out of this land, but not without a cost. The bristleback quill boars of Brambleblade Ravine, led by Chief Sharptusk Thornmantle, have made our lives difficult with their continued war against us. I charge you to bring me the chief's head. He will be found in the ravine to the east of their makeshift village. We'll get some
Farewell.
upgraded gloveronis And I will admit, I love playing a class that can buff. I love buffing other players
I have
out in
just
the world.
the thing for you.
It's just kind of my thing. I like doing it. I don't know, it makes me feel good, useful somehow. And on a hardcore server, a high rank of Mark of the Wild is just great, man. It's like a high rank Fortitude. Well, they're a little bit different, obviously, but you get like that 56 Fortitude, 560 extra health. Yeah. It's the way, I like it. I have to get a thumbnail here. So you probably saw like a little special intro. I do a special intro for all of my characters. I tend to get those after I finish the first episode of the character. So it'll be somewhere out there. That's another thing I enjoy. I started doing that, I think sometime last year. I started making the custom intros, which might get a little old if you're watching a series every day, I realize, but you know, anybody new comes to the channel, it's like, oh, this is, you know, this guy looks creative and awesome. I'm going to throw him a subscription because it's free. All right, got 1 and 1 there. We'll hit level 4 before we finish the quest. But we'll just hang out here. I'm not going to run back and train up for the 2 abilities. We'll get those when we go back. And it generally works out to where you're just about level 5 by the time you finish up the quests here in this little intro area. If you're just slaying the amount that you need, you know. So I love the ground clutter up like this, but if you're hunting small things or you're herbing, if you turn that ground clutter down, stuff just sticks out for miles. Like if there was a herb out here, you'd see it for miles. By the way, I don't know if you know this or not, but they did not put herbs, nodes, and you're not able to skin in this little starting area. Once you leave the gate here and you're out in Mulgore proper, yes. But that's, I guess, so 60s wouldn't come here or whatever. People wouldn't come here and just farm the crap out of the mobs on you. That's a good decision. I like that they did that. I just drank for no reason right there. A little resist there. Whoops. So I'm kind of looking forward to going feral in cat form. Check those gloves. That's an upgrade. So it shows me the arrow. I can't remember what add-on. It might be add-on. What is it called? It might be... I don't know what it is. No idea. Actually, you know what? We might actually run back really quick to train up the abilities because we're going to level up, I think, right here. Yeah. We're not that far away. Let's just go do it really quick. We get this Moonfire and a little hot that we can put on ourselves. Because we're so hot. We're so hot. I usually keep the episodes about an hour. It's enough time to do like a quest. I mean, these early quests are easy, but you know, you get higher level, it's enough time to do like maybe 1 quest or so, sometimes 2. It's a good length, and I've come to realize mainly from a lot of my viewers that a lot of people, they're not really watching, they're usually listening, you know, while they're working or, you know, burying a body or, you know, whatever you do. whatever people do out there these days. They're just kind of listening. Some people watch because they can't get enough of this. That's right, this. You get that. That's what you get. Let's sell really quick to the bread lady. Sorry, Connie.
Looking for something special?
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
May the eternal sun...
You hitting on me?
What brings you here?
Moonfire? Rejuvenation.
Ancestors watch.
They did a great job of, if you sell whatever you have in your bag, if when you finish a quest and you can train up, it's usually just enough, and I mean just enough, to train your abilities. So let's put that on the bar. So Moonfire. See, how do I want to open here? I think I'll leave it like that. And then, so the healing, the rejuvenation, this is a heal, so I'm going to go to my mouse over stuff. I'm going to add binding. I'm going to select rejuvenation. Where the hell is it? Rejuvenation. There it is right there. Change the binding even, and I'll do shift middle. And that puts a little hot. So Moonfire is instant, which is great if you're trying to get a tag on stuff. I'm always jealous of Taurens on a fresh server. They could just instant tag on something. If you're a slow-ass warrior, you don't have charge yet, you're having a rough day, man. So I think my opener is going to be, since Moonfire is instant, to do Wrath, Moonfire into this. Now, I know I could do Moonfire quicker to get the dots. But here's the thing. If I do Moonfire first, the mob's going to start heading towards me immediately, and then I've got to do a 1.5 second cast. So maybe what I do is one Wrath into Moonfire, and then back to this. I think that's the play. But so Moonfire does 7 to 9 arcane damage and then 12 damage over 9 seconds, which is nothing, essentially. And I can't honestly remember what abilities we'll get. We'll also get cool stuff like aquatic form if we have an underwater quest to do. We don't have to worry about drowning. I mean, especially if it's just something we need to, like, if we need to pick something up off the seabed or whatever. It's a great way to get across places. And any tips or tricks about Druid, if we have any Druid players out there, please be more than welcome to share. You know, I don't say stuff like that just so you leave a comment. I'm genuinely interested. I've gotten better as a player across multiple tunes that I have simply because of my viewers they know what they're doing and I don't. I've learned a lot. So I don't really know much about Druid. Shaman is probably the thing that I know the very least about. I gotta be honest, I've never really enjoyed playing Shaman too much because it's once you get all the totems and stuff in Classic, it just seems like so much work to kind of manage the totems and set them all up before you actually start attacking. I mean, they have great utility for groups. I realize that. Whoops, that was not right. I might reverse the keybinds here. Thing is, if I'm going to reverse it, I need to do it sooner than later because I'll get used to this keybind I have. I think I will. We'll do this. No. Do I like that? No, I don't like that one. Keep it, keep it like that. All right, we finished the battle boars there. Let's go slay some razor mains, I think they're called. So the map up here, like I said, it's called SexyMap. And if you just right click on it and you get this screen. So here's SexyMap, all the things you can do with it. But right here, default presets, I can make it look like that. Like that. It's got blue square. That's kind of cool. I got burning sun. That actually looks kind of nice, doesn't it? Let's use this one. We'll use burning sun here. And I can't remember what add-on it is, but so you see how all my stuff is up here? It only hovers up there when I hover on it. Let me just move this a little bit. As soon as I move my, I'll show you here. When I take my mouse off of the map here, I think the mail icon is going to appear there. They disappear, and it cleans up nicely. I just, like I said, I kind of like a nicer looking, a cleaner interface. And it might be Leatrix map that does that. I can't honestly remember. This has to be exactly perfect or I'm going to lose my mind. Sometimes it sticks. You just hover over again, it'll disappear. That's pretty close right there. Now, it looks kind of cool. It's kind of fitting for the Tauren here, perhaps. All right, level 4s. I'm out of mana. That was not a good start. Not sure how expensive the hot is. Get our mana back really quick. Go and attack, my friend. All right, we're looking for the belts. Now, there's a quest up here. It's like battle plans or something. We can go get those. You won't see that unless you're using Questie. I've done these quests so many times that I kind of know where, especially the stuff before like level 30, I basically know all of the quests on all of the characters. At least in Classic. I think a truer experience would be to play without Questie up. Or using Questie. We'll resist there. What I might do is set up an auto attack macro if I can make it work to where my character starts. So let me see if I can do this really quick. I usually struggle so hard when I try to do stuff like this. Let's turn it into. We'll do Moonfire. I'll just make the icon. I just usually call it Go or something. So what I want to do here. You a patrol come in there? Oh. Hold on. Oh boy, I think I'm gonna have 2 here. Yeah, alright. Okay, we can do that in a second. This is not too good here. Should be alright. Get my mana back pretty quick. What I want to do is set the auto attack so he'll start. I don't have to actually use the auto attack. If I line it up with one of my spells, he'll do the cast and then he should be auto attacking. But I think I have to set it first is the way that works. Yeah, that's not what I want to do. So we open this up. Let's move this out of the way here. What I want to do is attack. And then let's do Moonfire and see if that works. You can take the rank off and it should cast the highest rank of whatever you have. So let me test this out here on a mob. Yeah, so he's auto-attacking, so that's great. Yeah, I don't need auto-attack on the bar anymore. So what we can do is just do that. You guys are like, wow, that's amazing. What an impressive macro. Question is, does he stay auto-attacking? Let's see. He doesn't. Is that because I didn't open with it, maybe? Where is that? Oh, this guy's up here? Is he on the other side? I can't get up there. Oh, he's on the other side here. This quest here. We do have to come back here, unfortunately, to slay the leader. Or is it part of this? Oh, we have it already. Yeah, okay, great. Yeah, that works. And then I can still do this, and he's still auto-attacking. Yeah, alright. Now, if I was to Moonfire again, it would probably shut auto-attack off, I think is how it works. We can test it. It's not that big of a deal if it does. Let's see if it does. If I cast Moonfire again, so he's attacking. Yeah, it turns it off. There's probably a macro that I don't know how to figure out to like check to see if it's if I'm to keep auto attacking essentially. If that makes any sense. Let's go pick up this quest here. Hey there. Just away from the keyboard there. Some caster on caster action. Let's get my mana back up a little bit here. Why isn't it working now? Figure it out. I don't know why it's not working now. Now it's working. Oh, I've got to open with it. Yeah, I just have to open with it. Okay, so this guy here, this is a 2-pull, I think. Yeah, he's only level 3, so we'll get him down first. Gotta be a little bit careful here. Let me run out of here just in case he comes back up. Should be able to get him down here, but they can pop up quickly. Oh, this is Squealer. I didn't know this is like a named NPC here. Keep a little hot on ourselves here. Squealer's belt. All right, let's loot this. And we grab this. And then we go. Oh, wait. 4 copper. Let's get rid of that. So this is what I was talking about. You can kind of see... Oh my gosh, this always drives me a little bit nuts. So you Like you're trading 1 for 1 here, but it doesn't let you swap the spot. It's kind of silly. Squeater's belt. We'll take that. We'll upgrade there. All right, the chief's going to be right here. We still need 2 belts. Might actually switch the macro and see if I can do it with Wrath, but since it's not instant, I don't know if that actually works. Maybe it does. We do it on time? Coming up on an hour.
Well done.
Thank you. Steroid Yoda. Oh, a little resist. Uh-oh, I pulled 2 here. It's not good. It's not good at all. Gotta wait till my mana comes back here a little bit. This could be bad. Attack. Okay, let's do some healing touch here. Doesn't cost that much. Alright, we're fine here. I didn't think I'd pull the other mob there. Okay. Let's get this guy out of the way. I don't want to take another chance like that. Little resist. Okay, drink our 1 water there. So, I think I can pull just this guy here. I actually think you can pull the chief without the other mob here, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to try. It's a level 4 and a 5. This could be... Oh, that's the chief there. Let me see if I can pull the shaman. Can I LOS him here? We can. Yeah, we just pulled him. It's pretty good. I probably did that, you know. Oh, I just got a water off of him there. All right, let's kill the chief, and then we can just hearth back. Instead of running back. I don't think you'll find any chests in your starting zone, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't think it's a thing, though. But the early chests, they usually don't have much in them.
Well done.
Thank you. I might have to change that. Unless anybody's hard set on Steroid Yoda there. All right, my friend.
Hail.
The battle boars.
Bye.
The aggression of the battle boars is increasing. Have you sent them a clear message and brought back some snouts and flanks? Yes, because I know the kiddies love that.
Ancestors watch over you.
Most excellent. These ingredients will make a fine stew, and the loss of those boars should be a fair lesson to those vile bristlebacks. Oh, we get both of these things here. Although I don't have any space.
Go in peace.
So let's do a quick little sell.
How may I aid you?
To the bread lady. She hates that. She can't stand being called the bread lady. So the reason it didn't sell this, it won't automatically sell white items. Only gray items are considered junk. But I don't want the food or any of that.
Be careful.
Probably should buy some water. All right, let's pick up our vest.
Peace, friend. Farewell. Be careful.
And the bread.
Go in peace.
A little upgrade there. See how it looks. Okay. Gear doesn't look the best on a Tauren, in my opinion.
How may I aid you?
I mean, you can't see the boots at all. Sharp Tusk will trouble us no more once you have brought me proof of his death. I did.
We shall meet again.
Justice has been served on this day by your swift actions, Shifter. By the way, I chose Shifter because we can shapeshift. Let this deed serve as a warning to all who would threaten our home. You have earned this reward to help you on your sojourn. All right.
May the eternal sun shine
And
upon
that's level 5. All right, Chief.
How?
Rite of Strength. We'll do the attack first.
Go in peace.
You have a look of concern about you, Shifter. What news do you bring?
Walk with the Earth Mother.
This is quite alarming indeed, but with this information, we call on our brethren from Bloodhoof Village to help thwart the attack. You have saved the lives of many. Basically a hero.
May the eternal sun shine upon thee.
So those were the attack plans. I don't know if I could have read that. Maybe I should have tried. Have you completed the Rite of Strength, Shifter? I require proof of your valor against the enemy of our tribe, the Bristlebacks.
We shall meet again.
Don't give me a golf clap. I want you jumping up and down, full on. Full on. We'll take the cane here. I have passed the first rite of the Earth Mother.
Winds be at your back.
For you to continue with the rites of the Earth Mother, you must pass 2 more tests. It is time for you to broaden your experience, Shifter. Travel to Bloodhoof Village and seek out the chief, Bane Bloodhoof. He is the son of Cairn. There you may continue your journey and earn the acceptance of the Elders of Thunderbluff. Take this totem to Bane. He will recognize my carvings and help you on your path. Follow the road out of the camp. Travel with haste, do not stray, or you will lose your way or be consumed by higher level mobs.
Walk with the Earth Mother.
Alrighty. Yeah. We'll equip that. Little bit of an upgrade there. Level 5. Now, if we wanted to, we could hit level 6 in here, just slaying mobs, but we're going to do a quick sell after we buff this guy up.
Traveler.
Refresh his buff there.
Hail.
Get rid of the bread, shield, and that.
Goodbye.
All right. Look at us. Right an hour, just a little over. This is a great place to call it. Next episode, we're going to be making our way out of Camp Narachi into the big bad wilds of Mulgore. I want to thank you for choosing to hang out with me. I'm really glad you did. Hope you're enjoying it. You guys and gals take care. Shifter and I will catch you in the next episode.
Good journey.
Peace, Aronian cheese.